Yeah, Martel, you watched in the past guys like Travis Hunter, obviously last year, and maybe in years past, Jabril Peppers at Michigan. How do you think you can make that big of an impact playing both ways?
Well, those guys are great athletes and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily want to just make like a huge impact like how they did. I want to do it like in my own way, and that's like helping like my brothers and like being 110% throughout the season, and just being healthy and being able to play.
How are you feeling right now?
Feeling great.
How important are these next couple weeks going to be for you to sort of get back to maybe where you were at before the concussion, and also get to practice wide receiver more?
It's very important. It's about discipline right now. I got to stay disciplined in the way I approach like my training, the training room and stuff like that. But it's very important.
How would you describe your skill set as a receiver?
As in, like, who would I compare myself to?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I had coaches tell me some people, but honestly, I'm not sure. I just go out and do what I have to do.
What were the conversations like coming into Vandy? Was there any talks of potentially moving to receiver outside of just last year?
None at all. I kind of like said something about it my sophomore year, but this past year, and it really like went over their heads, because we had bigger things to focus on. But this year, I brought it to their attention again, and they decided to move forward with it.
How much has your confidence grown? Obviously you talked about how much you played as a freshman in last season. How much confidence do you have coming into this season?
My confidence has grew a little bit, but it's all about like learning the game, getting in the film room, and like the game slows down for you, and so like that extra like time in the media room, and it helps a lot. So.
Langston Brian's talked about the high school rivalry, and now that there's things that you want to win, no matter what. And he's like, you got to calm down a little bit. But where does that rivalry come from with them? And you guys still compete in certain things?
Yeah, I guess. We me, Brian Jr., a bunch of the guys from Nashville, just Claiborne, just grew up competing against each other, whether it was like basketball tournaments, just throughout like our Pop Warner days and Lipscomb into high school. And he came in as a freshman, needed to be humbled pretty fast, and so me and some of the older guys got on him pretty good, in the beginning, and that's probably where some of those comments come from. But it's really cool just to kind of play and compete with some of the dudes that you kind of grew up playing with, whether it was on the same team or rivals in high school. And it's just been really cool, and he's been someone who's been great to play with, have great chemistry on and off the field, so it's been awesome.
How personal is this for you, having been here and grown up here, is this kind of the growth, and I guess maybe we'll call it the rebranding of Vanderbilt football?
Yeah, that's part of the reason I came here. For so long, Vanderbilt has just not, been a successful college football program, and I wanted to be, sort of a catalyst of how it could turn around. There's no reason that Nashville and Vanderbilt shouldn't have one of the best programs in college football. It's a great city, has so many successful and important people in it, and have all the resources for this program to reach, its highest potential and win championships. So, I love Coach Lee while he's recruiting me at Notre Dame, and then when he came here, that was a man I really wanted to play for, and I believed in his mission and his vision for the program, and I knew that was something I wanted to be a part of.
Clark said this morning, he's talking about how just there's a massive chip on his shoulder for that very reason, that since it's personal to him too as well. How much does, I guess, that influence kind of rub off on all of you guys, or just with that chip and it's us against the world kind of thing? Yeah,
a bunch of people that have came here, they've been turned down from other places. Like we kind of laughed, but he said in one interview, we're just a team of bunch of misfits, and it was like kind of funny at first, but then like you kind of realize like everyone's had their battles and gone through their struggles, but now we're all here together, and we're a brotherhood, and like we're people from everywhere, every place of every situation, circumstance, and it really is just a team full of like people who are unlike anybody else. And being a part of this program, everyone does carry some type of chip on their shoulder, and so it hits real close to home when he talks about being a team, that just has a chip on their shoulder and something to prove every year.
Langston, how does this year's linebacker room compare to past ones you've been a part of, and what about that position group inspires confidence this year?
Yeah, I mean, as you watch the film from last year and you'll see how we play on the field, this is one of the deepest linebacker rooms. I would put us against anyone in college football. From Nick, who, I think that's the most sacks anyone's had at Vanderbilt since 2013 or 15 or something like that. We got Nick, who can play star, outside linebacker, edge. You have Bryce, who can play both too. Me, Brian, PK, and then a bunch of young guys, Austin, J-Mo, Josiah, who are really kind of getting the hang of what we're about. And for us, it's all about what we say first is just total effort, and it's every play. That's what really separates us, is our ability to go harder than anybody in the country. Because you look at a lot of these guys that, it's linebackers out there who are good players and they play the whole game and they're just not able to give full effort. But having a deep room of 7 guys who can play in a game and play all different types of positions, that depth allows you to go as hard as you can. And it's if you're 70%, we got someone who's good, who's 100% ready to go in. But it's been a real competitive room, and that's the thing, is everyone's finding their highest potential, because if you don't show up one day, there's potential of others passing you, because the room is so deep. And it's been awesome just for everybody to push each other.
For both of you guys, the coaches have referenced kind of running out of gas late last season. How has this fall camp felt differently on your bodies compared to last fall camp?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Yeah, I mean, obviously last year started off strong and then kind of, saw where you hit a wall. Diego's playing on a torn hamstring. My ankle was gone. You just have a bunch of guys that, beat up. Eli had a concussion. You just don't realize when you watch the film, but, if you turn on the tape from week 3 and the difference from week 9, you just see, people who are not capable of playing to their full potential almost. And then part of that was how beat up we were in every game. We have a team that no matter what, when we hit the field, we're giving everything we got, which is awesome, but also it took a lot from us last year. So this offseason, being able to build depth and being able to grow some of those younger guys into guys who can play is going to be so helpful for this fall, because if only one guy can play and he's taking all 70 snaps in one game, a lot of people that watch football don't realize that every play you're in, it's like a minor car crash. 70 minor car crashes stacked up over 12 weeks. Your body's going to have some problems. So, us trusting Coach Lee that he's going to put us in good shape for this fall, along with just building out depth this offseason, has been huge, and I think it'll be a major growth aspect from last year.
Yeah, and just falling off of that, like you said, we hit the field hard, and if you compare our time on the field from this year to last year, it's way less. It's added 3 practices, I believe. And so I mean, just trusting Coach Lee and him trusting in us that we're going to do the work that we need to do, well, it helps. So